So when the president retweets or comments about Nazi enthusiasts or people in Britain who are saying things that are hateful, or
so you don't think he was a white supremacist in the 80s, but you do today?
That's
I don't.
You didn't think he was a white supremacist in the 80s or the 90s?
No, I said I didn't disagree that he received those awards.
Okay, but do you think he was?
When he was taking out the article on the Central Park Five, who was then the exonerated Park Five,
Okay, so,
I think that he was
no one can follow
then.
Central Park Five, but I'm just asking you because I really do want to understand.
Except
so do you believe in the 80s and the 90s that Donald Trump was not a white supremacist, or he's been a white supremacist his whole life, but hid it from everybody? I
can't speak about what he hid or what I believe. All I can go with is what is factual.
Okay,
so what we know, if I can just answer, what I'm basing my belief on is the fact that he, one, took out an article for people who were ultimately exonerated, a full-page ad for those young men who were citizens.
You're changing here. I have to get back here.
No one can follow us. No one
I know, because she's going back to Central Park 5. We're not talking about Central Park 5.
She asked if I believe he was.
Okay, but we got limited time.
So Obama was someone who, according to him, was not born in the United States. I guess Hawaii is not part of the United States. The immigrants from the first time he came down the escalator
he didn't say immigrants.
were coming.
He said illegal.
Mexicans. I'm sorry, the Mexicans, not just the illegals.
So when Nicole Wallace said exterminate, she didn't really mean exterminate.
So basically, the argument is that he went from being so not racist that Al Sharpton was hugging him to suddenly one day he decided to run for president, and boom, just like that, he became an avowed racist. And all of a sudden, we're digging back into Central Park 5, which, by the way, his ad said that if anybody is found guilty, any person, of killing somebody in the park, then they should be put to death. Guess what? Nobody got killed in the park that day, so that's completely irrelevant. All the points just made about Central Park 5 were completely irrelevant because the woman did not die. She actually survived. We can debate that another day. What we're talking about here today is nobody suddenly becomes racist, okay, as time goes on. You decide that one day he goes, oh, you know what, never mind. Forget me hugging and doing so much for Black America that I was receiving awards. Suddenly today I'm a racist. You want to know why he's a racist suddenly? Because he ran for the presidency, and this is how the Democrats try to score points in order to enslave Black Americans ideologically.
When his entire family was running slum landlord tenements and then
he launched that's wrong, Mar-a-Lago. He launched a lawsuit against the state because he felt that they were discriminating against Spanish people and Black people in 1995. Trump did that. You can look it up. For being a racist.
I'm talking about the city of New York, and when you are discriminating against people of color.
Okay, so you think he's a racist?
I don't.
Okay, so you think he's a racist? You believe he is? Just say it.
Is a racist, so that she can stand by her party, which is actually racist.
Is a racist.
Okay, all right.
Hoping he's a racist.
Okay, he's a racist.
Well, we disagree with you.
For him to be a racist,
well, you do. In order to stand by your party, in order to stand by your party, you do need for him to be a racist.
I don't support people who are racist. I don't believe Candace. Do you support people who are racist?
No, that's why I'm a Republican.
Yeah, I find it so reprehensible that right now the Democrat Party, framing these issues the way they are literally saying, without saying the actual words, that 100 million plus Americans are racist.
No, I hope that
they are.
I'm a Democrat, and that's not what I'm saying at all. I believe, actually, that the vast majority of the people in the United States are not racist and do not are disgusted by the tweets and the comments that are coming out of the president's mouth. Even when I'm on your show, the thing I'm most thankful for is the emails I get from people who say, you know what, I heard you tonight. I voted for Trump. I'm not planning to do it again. I wish he would stop saying the things that he's saying. I wish he would stop. I wish I posted them on my Instagram at Monique Pressley.
When he wins like 80% by 80% in 2020, we'll see if those.
What I wonder is the Trump's a white supremacist, Trump's a racist, Trump's over and over and over again. What life in America is that improving? I mean, let's say all the Democrats think they truly believe that. They've worked with him in the past. They liked him in the past. They hung out with him in the past. They took his donations in the past. But now suddenly it's washed over them that he's this terrible, awful, rotten person. Their daily activity and their own input into the political conversation, is it really helping a single Black kid in Chicago, one in Baltimore? I don't think it's helping anyone.
I think that's a very interesting and necessary question, because sometimes, Laura, a truth needs to be told because it is true, and especially when it concerns the person who holds the highest office in our land.
Well, 100 million Americans disagree with you.
That
at least
someone is. Well, I don't know where that stat is coming from, but what I can say, as this one little black girl from Texas who's sitting here right now, if someone is conducting themselves as a racist, I ought to be able to say so. And the truth
everyone has the right for their own opinion.
Free. So freedom is a help.
Right.
I also believe
let me just wrap this up.
Right, but everyone has the right to speak out, but that doesn't mean you have the right to objective truth. There is an objective truth.
She said, who does it help?
And let me just say, the purpose of this is to distract black Americans from the fact that Democrat policies are actually harming our inner cities. They don't want to talk about the illiteracy rates. They don't want to talk about what's actually harming black America. Because let me tell you, it's not white supremacy, it's liberal supremacy. It's liberal policies that have infested our inner cities and are destroying our youth, that are driving up the gun violence. Nobody cares about gun violence when it happens in these inner cities. Isn't that right? You can see 60 people every weekend being slaughtered in Chicago and in Baltimore. No one talks about it.
We can't go over another segment.
Liberal policies are the problem.